Welcome back to another episode of the Diaries of a Content Creator. I am so excited for today's episode because I have a special guest for you guys. And for those of you that have been following me, you have heard this man's name many times on my channel and very familiar with how he's been helping me for the past year with my YouTube growth and my business growth. However, if you are new here, I just want to share a little bit of backstory about Harut and how I found him and everything. So when I started my YouTube journey, I had made $1,000 my first month with YouTube, and I knew I was sitting on opportunity, but I had no idea what to do next. And I had a huge sense of urgency because I had been laid off and I had 3 mouths to feed. And so I went looking for a mentor. And actually, I hadn't been looking for a mentor, but I stumbled upon Harut. And when I found him, I was like, what do I do next? And this man has helped me to scale in the past year of working together from $0 basically with my business to a multi six figure business in a year. And within the first month, I went from $1,000, 1,000 euros actually, to 8,000 euros the next month working with Harut. So scaling your business can happen. It can happen fast and it can happen successfully and sustainably. And ever since that month, I have been making over 10K months, with my biggest month being 60,000 euros in 1 month. So all that to say that Harut is the perfect person to talk about scaling with you guys today and building businesses. And for more information, I have just rebooked to work with Harut for another year to go for $1 million in revenue. So that's the big picture. That's the background. And without further ado, welcome, Harut. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to be here and help educate my audience about business. So
Of
welcome.
course, of course. It's an honor to be here, and thank you for the warm introduction. I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. So the first question I kind of want to bring up is, here's the scenario. Someone has traction with YouTube, they've started growing their business, they have maybe a few clients, maybe they've sold a few courses, a few of their services, but they just don't know what to do next. Kind of like that situation I was in when I met you. What would be your advice to them as next steps to be able to make this like a full-time job, a sustainable business that they can actually feel comfortable leaving their 9 to 5, if that's the situation they're in, to start building a business with YouTube or any social media platform for that matter?
Amazing question. So, first of all, let me start by saying that I'm very happy to be here. Last time we did this, people really seemed to love it, which was surprising to me. So, that's awesome. So, I'm very happy to give as much of my knowledge today as possible. So, for the first question, I think a most common mistake that people make at that stage is that they overcomplicate things. So they think that they need like some complicated tech setup, or they need to set up a website, or they need to grow an email list, or they need to be on 5 platforms at the same time and have free offers and upsell people from the first one to the second one. And they need to also run ads, and they also need to hire someone and use AI in their business. So like this is just a few of these things. But whatever it is, people need to understand, because it took me a while to understand this myself, is that it's not about, it's not that the more tools or strategies or pathways that you have towards your goal that you have, the better it is. Nowadays, the more of these things you have, the worse it is, because it becomes more overwhelming. Like nowadays in 2025, 2026, it's not going to be about that there's a lack of information or there's lack of tools. Is there's too many. The barrier to entry is too low. Anyone with just internet connection can start and learn the first steps with AI and get going immediately, right? So because of this, what actually is a competitive advantage is simplicity, and it's clarity, and it's speed. And what people, I think, should focus on is, if you have already some audience and you are making some money, you need to think about how to just have one great offer that is ideally high ticket, so it's something expensive, and how can you just provide as much value as possible to that person that you want to serve. And if you figure that out and you just have one simple way for people to work with you, whether it's they need to book a call or DM you on Instagram, the simpler, the better nowadays. And you just tell them, hey, this is how I can help. You just, and I don't want to say, me saying just doesn't mean that it's easy. It takes different amount of time for people, but you don't need as many clients to really go full time. Like, let's say you are charging $3,000, and maybe someone watching these things, how am I gonna charge $3,000? I promise you, people are charging way more. And I started by charging $10, and now we're charging sometimes tens of thousands, depending on the program. We have cheaper options too, but yeah, it's you just need to sell something for $3,000 to $5,000. And if you, let's say, are making 6,000 a month from your job, or 5,000 or 10,000 or 3,000, you are a few sales away from going full time. So my recommendation would be, have a premium offer, make it as valuable as possible. In the beginning, make it as unscalable as possible, right? So it can be personalized, it can be hands-on, because that's what stands out nowadays. Start with that, get your hands dirty, work with clients, give them value, over deliver, and have a simple way for them to learn how they can work with you. And if you don't have enough people interested, so you say, "Howard, that's great, but I don't think anyone's going to buy it," well, that's your constraint then. Then you need to just ignore again all the tools, softwares, podcasts, interviews, maybe even this one, and anything else. And yeah, if seriously, just focus on building that warm audience and providing more value for free than others are charging for. So then you have enough people interested, like at least few hundred, ideally 1,000 or more. And then once you do have this audience, then you just tell them, this is how I can help you. And you just sell few services, and that would be the best path, I believe.
Yeah. And I definitely have felt like on our journey together, you have always been like pounding into my brain, simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. I've
Yeah.
come to you many times wanting to start group programs, wanting to start paid memberships and all this stuff, and you always shut it down, to be
Yeah.
honest. And in hindsight, it's coming more clear and more clear every month. But in the beginning, I was just like, I'm leaving so much money on the table. And so
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting. And a lot of people have posted comments in my YouTube or asked me in my community, like, well, I need to have a funnel. I need to have all this stuff set up before I can even start building a business. I need to have like a low ticket, a mid ticket, a high ticket. What would you say to someone like that? I know you just talked about simplicity, but like
Yeah.
people still feel like they need to have something for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that hasn't been the case with me working with you, but if you could speak to that maybe.
Yeah, for sure. It is a great question, and I totally understand why people have that question, because the reason that I've actually talked with you so much about, and don't do this, don't do that, don't do that again, is because there's now too much information. There are too many ways to get to your goal. And the second reason, so it's actually you need to simplify, right? And cut to the chase. And the second reason I've talked so much about it is because I struggle with this myself. So it's all the time top of mind for me. So like I've changed things probably more than anyone watching this, or at least if there was a competition, I would be pretty competitive of who had more entrepreneurial ADHD. So I know it, right? I struggle with this. I still do sometimes, but it's every single time. It's just about, don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. Do what you need to do. And to people that are watching this, because I struggle with this, I can tell you that for you to grow, and to be honest, even towards 1 million a year, right? Not even just your 10K a month, 20K a month, 50K a month, more like million a year, and sometimes even more, a few $1,000,000 a year. You need 4 ones. We call it the rule of 4 ones. It's not my concept, but the first thing you want to have is you want to have one a target avatar. So like, who are you working with? Who you want? Who are you called to serve? As a creator, as an entrepreneur, as a coach, and you need to have that clear, and you need to pick one person. Secondly, you need to have one simple product, right? So you don't need to have upsells, downsells, all of these things. You just need to have one offer, and what offer to pick, the one that's gonna help your client the most. That's gonna be the most valuable. So you just pick that, and you ideally charge as much as possible for that. The next thing that you want to have is you want to have one sales mechanism, right? So if you have one target audience and you have one target avatar, you want to have one way that you are getting attention and turning it into clients. So ideally, you are on YouTube and you're posting on YouTube and you are getting better, or you are on Instagram. Sometimes people can do two, like they can do YouTube and Instagram, LinkedIn and Facebook, ads and outreach. I don't know, but usually one at most two is recommended. Start with one. And the last 4, which is the most important here, is 1 year. So you want to stick to it and keep tweaking it for at least a year. And this is where I messed up the most myself in my journey, is that every 2 months I changed something because I saw that thing. This is the, like every single time that you are picking a strategy, let's say you are picking, okay, I'm going after this avatar. This is going to be my product. This is how I'm gonna get traffic and get sales in. But then what people do is they say, okay, let's say it's gonna be YouTube, right? I know what I'm going after. I know what I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna be on YouTube. They start posting, and after 2 months, they think, oh my God, YouTube is competitive. I need to come up with ideas. Oh, making hooks and intros is hard. Oh, titles is like packaging isn't easy. I need to have an editor. It's expensive. I need to do it myself, whatever. And people then think that there's a problem with that, and then they go and change it. So they think, oh, okay, so I'll find something that doesn't have problems. So they go and do Instagram, and they think, oh my God, like it has this problem and this problem, this problem. And by the way, we are on Instagram. We have like 100K followers there, so I'm not biased. But every single platform has a downside. And when people know that, then they think, oh, like then there's something wrong with this too. Let me go another platform. Like let's say if someone was on YouTube, they go somewhere else. They think, oh, I get more views, but who cares because these people spend 10 seconds with me versus on YouTube where they can spend hours with you. And you don't see it when you do YouTube. You only focus on negatives. And same for other people that do on Instagram. It has upsides too. TikTok has upsides, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever. So you want to stick to it for a year. There's actually a term for this. I'm sure most people watching this like might know this. It's called the emotional cycle of change, which is the uninformed optimism, informed pessimism, the valley of despair, and then you succeed. Basically, people start and they work on an opportunity, then they see something else. They see their friend doing something, or another creator made a video about some new thing, and they think, oh, I need to do that. They have this FOMO, right? This shiny object. It's like this fear of missing out. I need to do that thing. That's the magic pill. That's the best strategy. And they go and change that. And then they realize that, oh my God, it's not perfect too. And then they change and they go again to another uninformed optimism, right? Where the goal is to actually stick to it, to go to the next stage, which is informed pessimism. Oh my God, YouTube is hard, but I'll still do it. And then they get to the valley of despair, which is, should I keep doing it? I'm not getting results, or like I'm getting results, but it's too overwhelming. And you still keep like stick to it, even when it's inconvenient to stick to it. And then at the end of the day, what happens is then because you stick to one thing, you get better and better and better while everyone else is distracted. And at the end, you succeed. So yeah, there's a lot of, again, studies behind this. I can tell you from my clients. I'm sure Alexa can speak to it too. Like the online creators, entrepreneurs, they are awesome, right? Because they love learning, they're adaptive, they're fast. But the downside is that they get distracted, including me, including Alexa, including everyone. No one is perfect. So keep in mind that you need to stick to something for a year. So simplify your strategy. Don't focus about funnels, having 5 offers, 10 things. People that have team members, people that have been doing it for a while, they struggle to make several products work, right? And instead of looking at saying, oh, but this person is doing it, well, that's the survival bias, right? It's like if one person, like it's something to say, sometimes people say, oh, my grandpa was smoking and he died at 100. Okay, and how many grandpas that were smoking died at 50 and they don't tell their story? So it's like, it's the survival bias. The people that died can't come and tell you that they died because of it. But the people that stay, so it's the survival bias, which is basically you look at the people that it worked for them, but you don't see everyone that tried to do multiple things and failed and quit and is not talking about it. So simplify it, say no to everything. Pick one person you are speaking to in your content, right? And it's okay to iterate over time, but make sure that you are keeping it one at a time. If you realize you made a mistake, change it, but don't try to appeal to everyone. Then you'll appeal to no one. Keep that one person in your mind, talk to them, make valuable content for them, have an amazing offer that's you can look at the person and say, this product is gonna change your life. And sell that product, have one simple way that you're getting traffic and converting, and stick to it at least for 1 year. If you do this, in a year, you are gonna most likely be way ahead than when you are right now. If you don't, you are gonna make 12 short sprints of trying new things across these next 12 months and be exactly where you are, overwhelmed, overworked, and not getting the results that you want.
Yeah, thank you. Oh my gosh, so much good advice in there. Which reminds me of one of the moments where I leaned on you a lot in the beginning was because of not necessarily it was focusing but sticking with something when it got hard and knowing that when it gets hard or when you feel like you're failing, it might not actually be failing, it might just be feedback. And I remember the first launch I did, um, about a month or two into it, there were people in my coaching program that didn't resonate with the way I was coaching. And I remember coming to you and I'm like, I think it was like 2 people wanted a refund. And I was like, I'm failing. I'm a bad coach. I can't do this. And you're like, well, do you have anyone that likes your coaching? And I was like, oh yeah, there's tons of people that love it. And I was just focusing on the 2 people out of 22 that didn't like what I was doing. And you said to me, which I did not believe, hindsight, I believe now, but at the time I just didn't accept it. You were saying you're just attracting the wrong people, because I was like, no, I need to improve this skill. I need to be better at this. This is what they want. I need to make more stuff. That was a big thing. I was like, I need to make more stuff. I need to make roadmaps. I need to blah, blah, blah. And you kept saying, no, you just need to align with the right people. You need to attract the right people with your content and all this stuff. So could you speak to that? Because I think a lot of times we hit these road bumps or whatever hurdles. And like, if I didn't have you in my corner, I probably would have failed. I would have been like, I'm not good at coaching. I need to sell courses instead. And that is probably a moment I would have pivoted if I didn't have you in my corner. So if you could speak to like that kind of experience of what you go through on this journey.
Yeah. Oh my God, such a great question. Yeah. So couple of thoughts on this. I think the first one about the problems is that I don't want to kind of sell dreams and tell people that any strategy is perfect, because it's not true. And anyone that is telling you that online is lying because they're trying to sell you the dream. So just buy something from them. Obviously, I want people to buy from me too. I want to make money, and I see nothing bad in that. It's like, welcome to capitalism, right? It's great. But there's the right way to do it and there's the wrong way to do it. And I think the wrong way is just like try to convince people that there's one perfect way and one perfect path. And I promise you there is not. And I'll give a quick story if that's fine. And I think this can really help a lot of people. I'm 23 right now. I know another person that is 23 too, and I've been doing this for a while. I've started when I was 13, so it's been 10 years. But I know someone that is 23 too, and he's making $1 million a month. Every single month, cash collected for a couple of years now. And you might think, oh my God, for someone like that, he's young, he's healthy, he's paying 0% tax, he's making 1 million plus, he's like, everything is great. Even he has struggles. And it's like, it's obvious, right? You can say, oh, like, because life is perfect. That's not what I mean. In business, he has struggles and he thinks that there's something wrong because he's making that in an educational space. And in an educational space, like creators, like coaches, entrepreneurs, someone selling something digital online, it's great cash flow business, but it's hard to sell it because for you to sell that business, it ideally needs to run without you. And it's pretty tough to do for a business like ours, at least now. Maybe with AI, it will be easier in the future. But why am I telling this story? Like, he was worried that he can sell his company, right? And like he said, oh my God, I'm going to start a new company. I'm going to do this thing. So imagine, even if you are making $1 million a month, not a year, a month, you are still freaking out and feeling imposter syndrome and thinking, maybe if I spent this past few years building something that had enterprise value, I could have sold this for 100 million, because that's what the big dogs do, right? Or whatever. There's another woman that is making about, I won't say the exact number, but anyway, she's making several $100,000 a month. Let's put it this way. 100, like on the high end, right? High 6 figures a month, cash collected. And she's doing it without doing any interaction with her clients. She's not talking to their client, to their clients. She's not coaching them. She's not doing anything. All she's selling is automated templates, solutions, courses, etc., tools. So I might think, oh my God, that's so good. So like she can just make content and make money and it's automated. Well, after doing this for a couple of years, she got bored. So she now started doing things where she's working with clients because she thinks like it's so soulless, like just, okay, money's coming in, but I have the house, I have the car, I went to the vacations. What I'm gonna do in the next 30 years, right? So if you think about it this way, we are humans, therefore we will always have desires and we will always have problems. So if that's true, if you are gonna struggle no matter where you are, but again, I don't want to say struggle. Obviously, their life is better than if you are at zero, right? Like it's a great problem to have, to make a lot of money and to decide what you're gonna do next. Absolutely, you should do everything you can to experience that problem, right? Let's put it this way. But to get there, right? But if that's true, you need to like, and it is true because I know these people personally, and I know it myself because my goal was to make $1,000 a month when I started years ago, and we had days where we made tens of thousands of dollars of profit a day So like I've made dozens of times more in a day than I wanted to make in a month. So it's like completely like and then you work on the next problem. You work on the next thing. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because if that's true, and it is, and if you don't believe me, get there and then you'll see. Then why would you pick a complicated model? Does it make sense? Like if you're gonna have problems either way, why would you have 5 funnels and 10 strategies and 6 like conversion mechanisms and 20 options to work with you? And like, why would you do that? If it's still going to be not perfect, overwhelming, you are gonna not love it, at least keep it as simple as possible, because it is going to be complicated with time, right? So that's my message to people. If a simple path is enough for you to get to your goal, and it is, you'll get there even faster. Why would you get there in a hard way? Makes sense? So that's my message to people. It's like, you need to understand that it's gonna be hard regardless, and just need to stick to it and keep it as simple as possible, because life is going to make it more complicated because of entropy, because of how it works. And you just want to act against it, be prepared, and from the very beginning, keep it as simple as possible. Now, second thing to what you said, and I'll keep this shorter, which is about the avatar. One of the worst mistakes you can make is attracting the wrong people. Because if you work with the wrong people, then they, just because they are not the right fit to work with you, they are going to, no matter how simple your funnel is, or no matter how simple your business model is, they are going to make it very painful. Because like there's a good quote that I like. It's like, if you want premium clients, start charging premium prices, right? Or if you want premium clients, start making content that resonates with premium clients. So the point is that you need to be very careful of like what your language is. Like I see a lot of people in the business or income or money niches, and their title is broke. How to grow if you're broke? How to do if you are gonna attract people that are broke. And it's not bad to be broke, because I've been broke, but it is bad to think that, like, it's bad to attract people with the mindset that they are broke. Because when Alexa worked with us a year ago, when she signed up, she didn't have gazillion dollars, but because she was resourceful, she made it work. Same for me. It's like, I didn't start by, like, I was making $4 a month, like 7-8 years ago. $4 a month. So it's like, you just need to be resourceful. So you don't want to attract the people that think that they are broke and like someone needs to save them, and no one, like, so that's just an example. You can replace this with any other thing, right, in your niche. But be very careful of who you are attracting. And one of the best ways is to charge more, because if you charge more, then it already filters through all the people that aren't serious and are gonna waste your time. And actually have listened to this quote from my mentors, where they told me that like a $50 client will cause you more problems than a $5,000 client. And I didn't believe it, but I've experienced this, and it's true. We have people like Alexa that paid us a lot of money and got results and told their friends and sent us more clients and gave us a testimonial. Like Alexa, she's one of the best clients I've ever had. She's an amazing human, and she's paid us more and got results. And there are people that paid dozens of times less, and they just complain, and they think that something is gonna do the work for them. And yeah, so, and they are not getting results as well, because they are not invested. They are not serious. They're waiting for someone to save their life. So my advice would be that, yeah, it's most of the time, if you are working with someone and they are not getting results, sometimes it is you need to get better. But assuming that you are not a scammer and you are not pretending to teach things that you have zero credibility in, like, I don't know, you're helping people start billion-dollar startups when you have never done that, started a startup yourself. Not so, then of course it's a scam. Don't do that. Or you have never helped someone to do that. So this is obvious, right? But if you are actually legit and you are working with clients and they are not getting results, pay attention to this. Think like, is it you or is it them? Sometimes it's both, right? Let's be honest. But most of the time, it's more towards it's more common than not that people attract the wrong people. People attract people that aren't serious, that aren't ready to invest, that aren't ready to put in the work. They that think that someone else is gonna save them. And no matter how skilled you are, no matter how smart you are going to get hated. You are going to get not be able to help these people to get results, because fundamentally they'll do everything they can in their power to self-sabotage and not get to the results. That's how they are. They are winners and they are losers, unfortunately. And losers won't win no matter what you do. That's my belief. And I can be, again, fairy tale here and like say it's all sunshines and rainbows and people can succeed and everyone can do it. Everyone can do it. And this is from someone that worked with a lot of people. And I know that some people who won't do it. Like they won't. Why? Because they just will, there are people that find a solution for every single problem. And there are people that find a problem for every single solution. And for that second group, no matter what you do, they'll find a problem in that, and then they'll use it as an excuse to not win. And I'll prove it, and they'll start proving to you that they are right, that you see that I didn't win. So instead of winning, they are trying to convince the world, themselves, others, you, that they can't win. And the cost of them like being right is that they don't accomplish their goals and dreams. So be very careful of not attracting that people. Your strategy isn't wrong. You are not a bad person or entrepreneur or coach. Most likely, you haven't stuck to a simple strategy for long enough, and you are not working with the right people. That's the most common thing, the most common mistake people make at that stage.
Yeah. Thank you for that. I was going to ask you, like, what's the difference between people that succeed with you and the people that don't? And you just gave that away. But the other thing I want to talk about actually is how, like, why do you, like, okay, I'm in your Achieve Greatness community because of you're my mentor and you have this membership community that comes with it. And every day I'm seeing posts in there, made 50,000, hit my first 10K month, had my first 30,000 in sales 2 days ago, whatever, like there's always these posts happening. And when I worked with you, within 30 days, I had success, and more success than I even thought possible. Like I was aiming for 4K a month when I met you, and I was expecting to maybe get that a few months into us working together. And I thought that was like mind-blowing money for me. Like, could I actually achieve that? But my question is, like, what do you think separates the people from the ones that like come into your program and get results right away, or the ones that don't? I mean, my answer would be they actually take action on what you say. But what do you think separates the ones that like achieve things that they never thought possible quickly versus the ones that don't?
Such a good question. This is so
Yeah.
good. And I'm so happy to hear this, because luckily I've spent a few days actually thinking more about this, and I think I have the answer. So, and it's a very simple framework that I'll share today that I think will be very useful. So, or I hope so at least. So let's start with the first disclaimer, and this is probably unexpected, but the reason that you are seeing people winning in our community is because you are only seeing the wins, but you are not seeing the losses. And I'll tell you what I mean. When you're in our community, you are right. We have people crushing it. And like, again, anyone watching this, go to achievegreatness.com. It's a free community. On the About page, you don't even have to apply to join if you don't want to. You can see a lot of proof. Hundreds of people, big creators, made millions of dollars. So we obviously helped a lot of people. But this being said, there are people that sign up and do nothing and don't succeed. And guess what, Alexa? Once you go to our community, you are not gonna see a post named "I did nothing," and then the post says "I made $0 and I invested and I did nothing." So, like a huge disclaimer. And to be fully honest with you, not everyone wins. Not everyone wins. And it's not because of us. Obviously, we can do a better job too, and I'm always trying to do that. But I've spent more than 300,000 US dollars of my own money. By the way, in Armenia, you don't write that off. So like you don't get as a business. Like my own money, I could have kept like profit, like I've spent that, invested into one of the best people in the world, many of them. And I've not seen a program that gets everyone to succeed, because it's not possible, because there will be people that will do nothing. And again, another disclaimer, sometimes I am that person. From these $300,000 I invested, there are programs I bought, and after 2 months, I decided to not do it. Why? I don't know. I was busy, I was sick, I was working on something else, I was lazy, I didn't care enough. Or maybe the reasons were objective. I was actually growing my business. So after I joined it, I realized that I don't want it. But do I regret it? No, because from this $300,000, the top 2, 3, 4, 5 programs changed my life. And that's why it was worth it for me. So why am I saying this? Is that it's not true that everyone wins. It doesn't. And I know that you are not saying that, but I appreciate your kind words. It means a lot. But the reason that it's that way is because the people that win share about the results, and the people that don't, they don't. Now, with this being said, and with this being out of the way, and by the way, don't let anyone else tell you otherwise, because it's a lie. If anyone tells you that everyone succeeds, they're lying. They're lying. I've been in their programs. It's not true. Even you go to Harvard and you spend hundreds of thousands and you study for 4 years, there are people that with Harvard diploma are unemployed. Go and Google that right now. There are a lot of them. So it's like even Harvard doesn't have 100% success rate. And success rate means some of them get a job that they hate, that they need to shop at a certain time slot, and they have no location and time freedom. So it's even worse. So yeah, anyway, long story short, it's not possible. Second thing, the great question here is well, how do we become the people that win? Because what is absolutely true is that you can become like the people that win. It's not that you can't increase your odds of success, because I think you can agree with me, Alexa, that what kind of a person you are right now, your mindset, your decision-making, your skill set, your experience, it's so much different that you had a year ago, right? For me, I'm so much different than I was a year ago, 2 years ago. So of course you can get better. And the great question, the great part about this is that I actually figured out what are the 4 things that separate these people. So if you listen to this, then if you do these 4 things, then you will become, you will be in a group of people that win and share about the results, not in a group of people that do nothing and don't share, right? So if you want to be in the first group, these are the 4 things. So the first, I call it the CARE framework that we have developed. I used some AI to help me to put this together, but the thoughts behind it was ours, and it helped us to simplify it a bit more. But it's something that I'm very, very, very proud of, and I think it's gonna help a lot of people. So these are the 4 things that we have seen people have in common that they win. So the first thing, I'm gonna read it to make sure I don't miss it, and to keep this a bit more short, because I like rambling a lot. So the first thing is the framework is called CARE, right? The first thing is character. So what is this? Is that you need to be a high agency person, right? So you want to take full accountability and ownership for everything that happens to you, right? You need to understand that no one is going to save you and do the work for you. You are going to make it the work, right? And you need to act accordingly. So what do I mean? There are people that, let's say, join a program, and I think, oh, like, okay, this makes sense. I know what I need to do to grow my YouTube channel, grow my business, get my offer dialed in, whatever, scale, right? But I think, oh, but this one thing isn't perfect. So like that means that like this is not a good program, and like it's their fault. I wish that they did this better, and now I'm gonna complain and sit there. And there's a person that says, hey, this is like 80% good. This gave me clarity. I know what I need to do, and it's very clear. I just need to do it. And they go and take work, and they basically, for them, when you ask them, can you like with your finger show who is the person that's going to be responsible for the results and take action, the people that win do this, and the people that don't win do this. Like they do everything besides doing this, right? And they find reasons why something is imperfect, why they're not gonna win. You can think about it even when we started together, Alexa, when like I told you, this is the offer, go do this thing launch. I'm sure there were things on your mind that you thought, how am I gonna do it? What am I gonna say in my video when I launch? Should I send it on email or in the Skool DMs? Like there were questions that you didn't know. But what did you do? You said, it's clear enough. He's not gonna do this outreach for me. He's not gonna take these sales calls and go through this period of me not having the conviction, but jumping on calls and doing it anyway, even if it was late time for you sometimes during evening or even late at night, you did it. You just took accountability and you did that. So the first thing in the CARE framework is the character, is who you are. Are you blaming others, or are you taking accountability? Do you wait for others to save you, or are you taking imperfect action with the information that you already have and making it work? Most people think, will this work or no? If I join this program, will this work? Will this strategy work? Will I get to my result? Instead of thinking, they are going to be the person that will make it work. And I'm saying this with full conviction. You can take Alexa and you can give her two different strategies that are contradicting each other, and she will still succeed with both of them. But you can give a perfect strategy with someone else that is blaming others and not acting, and they won't win. So a lot of the times it's about who you are. And that's what people don't want to talk about. They want to shortcut this process. But if you are listening to this, think how you have been showing up in the past 3, 6, 12 months. Have you been a person that took accountability, or were you secretly sitting there watching videos, consuming, and hoping that someone is going to save you? If yes, then maybe this is the time for you to change your mindset so you can actually grow. And this leads me to the second thing, which is acceleration. So once you do know what you need to do, you need to act with speed, right? So speed with strategy. I call it, you want to think in decades, but you want to move in minutes. So you want to be impatient with actions, but you want to be patient with results. You want to test quickly, you want to fail quickly, and you want to take massive imperfect action. While others are thinking about it for 3 months, you are testing, failing, iterating, and making more progress in a month based on feedback than they make in a year. So speed without sacrificing quality and without sacrificing consistency is the secret. So how quickly can you get things done? How quickly can you accelerate? Okay, now you understood the person that's going to get the result is who? Is you, right? Then you need to get to work quickly. You need to do it today. Do it now. You watch this video. If you don't take any action after this today, this was a waste of time. So how quickly can you act? The next thing is results, right? In the CARE framework, the third letter, R, results. So it's all about the results that you deliver, the client success, the client experience, how much value do you provide to your audience? It all comes down to that. The person that delivers the outcomes, that if you deliver outcomes that are good, it will speak louder than marketing, right? For example, if I was a bad coach, would Alexa invite me here? Probably no. If Alexa was a bad coach, a bad client, would I talk highly of her, or would I come here? No. So if you do a good job, you get these opportunities, you get this word of mouth. So you actually grow faster than you going and trying to force people to work with you. So actually focus on how can you help people win. The person that delivers the most value wins. That's it. The people that the people that think only about themselves think they're selfish. They're not focused on changing lives. They're not focused on serving. And that's what you want to change. You want to change your mindset from what am I going to get from this to how many people I can help? How many people can I serve? And I can tell you that the reason that our clients, Alexa, is so successful, they are so successful, Alexa as well, is because they care. That's why the framework is called CARE. They care about the results. Like, just even think what kind of questions she's asking on this right now. She's asking, Alexa is asking, what are the difference between the people that win and don't win? Because she wants you guys to be like the people that win. She wants her clients to win more. She's not asking Howard, what's the quickest sales tactic to manipulate people and pay me more today? Like, that's not the question. Go watch most interviews and podcasts. That's the questions that they ask. Not directly, but that's the undertone. And that's why it doesn't work. So you need to care about the results. The people that provide, the people that give most, get the most. That's it. The last one of the framework, the last pillar of this is excellence. So it's mastery and greatness. You want to be actually good, right? So you want to improve daily, you want to keep learning, you want to never stop, and you want to become either the best or the only, right? I'll tell you what this means. So sometimes people say, I want to become the best, right? But what does that mean? Like when you say I'm the best marketing coach, are you truly? And if you are, why there are not books about you? Are you on Forbes every single month? People saying the best marketing coach? No. Then are you really? Are you literally like, where can I double check that? If I go to ChatGPT and say, who is the best marketing coach? Will it say your name? If not, then you are not the best. Now, is that bad? No. Am I the best business coach? Heck no. There are people that made $20 billion. So I'm obviously not. Now, what I can be though, I can be the only, right? So I'm the only Harold. There's no other person that has the CARE framework. There's no other person that is 23 that is associated with the people I'm associated with, that has the same cadence, speaking style, has results like Alexa. Like there's no other business coach that Alexa is speaking highly of about. So from her audience, I'll be amplified more. So like these just examples that I'm a unique combination of things that make me the only. And if you are the only, then no one can compete with you. No one can be a better Harut. Like someone can be a better speaker, someone can be better at some strategy, but they won't be better than me at being me. No one will be better than Alexa at being Alexa. No one will have 3 kids, live in Finland, have the same speaking style, be authentic, be consistent, care. No one is going to do that, right? It's her. Now, I'm not saying that just be yourself. Like if you suck and you are yourself, if I stayed myself a few years ago, no one would listen to me. So you want to get better at now. Hopefully now in a few years, I'll look back and I'll be ashamed of where I am right now, right? It happens every couple of years. So I hope that I'm going to be way better too, better at my skill set. I'm going to improve, etc. I'm going to achieve excellence, right? That's the last letter. But if you can't do it, which most of us can't, and I would challenge you, like if you're a fitness coach, are you the best one? Yeah, okay. Do you work with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Yeah, okay, no, cool. Are you working with presidents? No, okay, you are not the best. So like most, like it's very tough to determine who is the best, right? It's not Olympics. I'm the Olympic champion. Even if you are, well, someone is gonna beat you next time. So try to think about your unique strengths, unique advantages, and try to combine those into being you and lean into your strengths. Lean into you. I'll give an example. Instead of me pretending that we have client results that are perfect and trying to be like everyone else, what did I do today? I told everyone, not everyone wins. What did that do? What did that do to some people? The wrong people thought, oh, not everyone succeeds. Oh, this is not the perfect program. And they left watching this video. Great. Some people say, oh my God, this person is finally honest. And now you are more likely to work with us. So you can think about it. Honesty nowadays is making you unique, right? Being like just authentic makes you unique. Caring makes you unique. We recently got the testimonial from someone. He's an amazing client. He went from making 10K a month, 10 to 15. Now he's making 30, 40, 50K a month. His best month was, I think, 60 something, close to 70K as well. And like in his testimonial, he said, Hard, like you just the thing that you do, man, is like every single week you just message me and say, how are things going? How are you? What can I help with? This is like I've joined so many programs. Even just that simple thing, no one is doing. Right? Like no one cares. So even simple things like that can set you apart. So lean into your strengths, be yourself, but also get better so that being yourself is more appealing. Right? So both is important. So that's the last letter of excellence, right? Learn, never stop, improve daily, become the best or and the only, and achieve greatness. That's the name of the company. So a quick recap: the care framework, character, high agency person. It's up to you. No one is gonna save you. You need to understand that. Number 2, acceleration. You need to act the clients that we have in our programs that win the most, take the most action, the fastest. They fail quicker than anyone else. And a quick like thought exercise about this is this. If you knew that you are 20 failures away from having the life that you want, how quickly do you want to fail at the first 19 attempts? Answer that question. Probably pretty quickly. If you are 50 YouTube videos away from changing your life, if you are 3 failed offers away from finally doubling your business revenue, how quickly do you want to mess up with the first 2 and then fix it and go from there? So most decisions in business are not irreversible. They are reversible. You can try it, and if it doesn't work, you change it. It's not gonna destroy your business, right? Like you having kids is probably irreversible, right? If they are already born, like pretty hard. Business, most of the time reversible. So ask yourself, is this a reversible decision? It's something that Jeff Bezos talks about, the founder of Amazon, and Amazon is worth trillions of dollars. So we should probably listen to him. He says, there's like 1-door decisions and 2-door decisions. There's a 1 door that you can go and never come back. These doors, be very careful if you are gonna enter that room. And there are 2-door decisions. You're standing there and thinking, which door should I pick? And you can think there for 2 hours, or you can do this. Oh, not that one. And you go to the next one. Like you can literally just open the door. So just if you can take action fast, fail fast, quick fast, that's gonna give you a massive advantage. So accelerate. Then our results, if you are a high agency person and you are doing a lot of fast things, but it's not valuable for people, forget about it. Like it needs to be towards a service. It needs to be towards helping others. You are making action, failing at trying to be valuable to other human beings with your content, products, communities, offers, courses, whatever, lead magnets, and then excellence. I talked about this already. So you get the point, but you want to achieve mastery, right? You want to achieve greatness. You want to keep learning, keep sticking to it, even when it becomes inconvenient, keep getting better and better, keep showing up, even if it's inconvenient, keep showing up, even when you get complacent, right? It happens to us as well. To me, to Alexa, to our clients, when you have the best month and you think, I just made my yearly income in a month that I wanted. So, what is life about? Maybe I should just watch Netflix shows. By the way, you can watch Netflix shows. I'm gonna watch one today. So there's a new thing that came out, and you can still grow your business. But yeah, if simply said, it's like if you are not growing, you still need to stick to it and get better. And if you are growing and succeeding, you need to not be complacent and stick to it and keep growing as well. Because you never achieve excellence, you never achieve greatness. It's about how far you can go, how many people you can help, how much money you can make, how much of a big audience you can have, how much impact you can have, right? That's it. So how skilled you can become. So if you keep working on this, you'll succeed. So the CARE framework, keep this in mind, write this down, look at this daily. If you follow it, you'll be like the people that win. If you don't, you'll be like the people that complain, whine, don't take action, blame others, never improve, and don't succeed. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, easy as cheese.
Any questions on this, Alexa? Like from you watching this, would you think, okay, that makes sense, but like, what do you think people watching, what objections people would have? Like they think, okay, that makes sense, but, and what do you think they would say? Does anything come to mind?
Yeah, I think, but I'm not good enough, but like I don't know how to do it, but like there's all those, I think the action phase. A lot of people want to plan, but they don't want to take the action because they're afraid of messing up. But what you just said is like if you knew you're 20 failures away from being successful, you would be more excited to fail. And I think the one thing you brought up that was really interesting too is the complacency thing. And this is the last thing we'll talk about because I know you're busy and you probably need to go. But after that was one of the moments I really leaned on you a lot too in the past year was after I had the big launch and I made like over 60,000 in a month. I disappeared basically from you. And you actually reached out and you're like, how's it going? And I was like, I came back and I was like, I think I want to pivot. I think I want to change. I think I want to do something different. And I had gone into this, like once you try so hard for a goal, you get that goal, and then on the other side of that goal, you never expect to be depressed. You never expect that you will feel like you want to change something. Like at that moment, you should be like, this is awesome. I should keep doing this because this is the most amazing amount of money I've ever made in my life, And like you said, I made a full year's income in that 1 month. And at that moment, I like disappeared from you. I stopped talking to you. I was just like, I don't know if I even want to like do this anymore. Like all these thoughts came into my mind. And so I thought it was really interesting because I just never expected that to happen. So I think, and I've also seen you speaking to people in your community about this on the calls in the membership. Like we have group calls every other week or something. And there was a gentleman in there and he was like, yeah, my high ticket coaching's booked solid, but Harut, I think I want to change. I want to do something different. I don't want to do this anymore. And I remember you and seeing you speak to him helped me also to hear my own voice. And I experienced this, just a few months ago or maybe last month. And again, you were like, please, because I was like, I should start a new YouTube channel because I want to do this. And you're like, no, can you please just stay focused? You can do that, but these are all the reasons why you should not do that. And I don't know if you want to add anything to this, but
very good.
Yeah.
This is one of the best questions you could have asked for sure. And first of all, I resonate with this and I've made this mistake too, where something worked. Probably I will say this is the most common mistake I've made. Like when something worked and I changed. And I think, to be quite honest with you, the reason why people do that can be different. I'll tell you a couple ones that are the most common, but I think there might be more reasons that I'm not aware of. But for me, is that it's not really about the goal, to be honest. Like once you make a certain amount of money, unless like you want the ads and private jets, and I promise you, nowadays it's not as much as you think. Like nowadays everything is so accessible. Like it's just like if you actually have an internet and food that doesn't stink and you can sleep somewhere and like there's no rain and there's like you have people that love you and you love them. I think 90% of it is already there. You're like no matter what else you do, it's gonna be 10% extra happiness on top of it. So, and I would assume that anyone watching, like two a bit weird, obsessed people talk about growth for 1 hour, everyone watching this probably is like not doing as bad as they think. So like you are probably, most of you are already there. So just know that. And I think if you know that, what you can think about is this, is that it's not about happiness, I believe. It's about, I think you don't need to accomplish your goals to be happy, unless again, obviously when I just got started, I was in a lot of pain. So making money was very important. So it was important and it made me happier. But I think the switch that I would recommend to make people is what would serve you more would be to think about purpose, to think about mission, right? And I don't know what you guys believe in. Like some of you believe in God, some of you don't, some of you believe in universe, some of you don't, whatever. But I think fundamentally, most people either believe that this life matters, like what you do here matters, and some people believe that it doesn't. And if you think that it doesn't matter what you are gonna do, then you don't lose anything, right? But if you think that if it doesn't matter and you die and it does matter and how you lived matters and what impact you had matters, then you're gonna regret it, right? Does it make sense? Like if you live as if impact matters, would you regret that? No, because if it turns out to not matter, you won't regret it because you felt like you lived a more fulfilling life and it didn't matter anyway. So who cares? But if it does matter and you understand that at the end of your life or after your life or whatever, you're gonna regret it. So why am I saying this? That's the frame I'm operating from. So from that frame, I don't have it figured out, but from that frame, I'm thinking it's probably not about just like being blissful and happy and on dopamine every time and just like, it's probably about helping people. And if you found something already that helps people, and if you don't believe me, go do read studies. Like when people are dying, no one says, "Oh, I wish my business made extra 5K a month 25 years ago. I wish I had 2 million subscribers, not one." And then they pass away. I want to see like this Skool trophy, this YouTube play button from faceless YouTube channels. This is not for my personal brand, by the way. Our personal brand YouTube channel is small, but makes a lot of money. But this one is from faceless channels. But no one thinks, I want to see my gold play button before I die. Last thing. Oh, my wife, my kids, go, bye. My husband, no, please, I don't want to see you. Oh, and they pass away. So people want to look at their loved ones. They want to remember the people they helped. At their, I don't know why we got so deep, by the way, but the people that like are in their funerals, they don't think, no one talks about how much their company was worth. They think, oh, this person had the right values, they helped others, they had an impact. There's nothing wrong with being selfish. There's nothing wrong with you putting on your oxygen mask first on you. I do that. But I think most of you watching this probably already have figured it out and you think that you don't, but I promise you do. And if you just start thinking about service, about helping others, you'll ironically make more money. And then you'll understand that the best path to do that is by sticking to what you're already doing. Because if you already made the 60,000, if it was just only about that 60,000 or 100,000 or 1 million, of course it will stop being meaningful because you did it. You did it. You got there. It was all about that. Think about an Olympic champion. If the only goal they have is the gold medal, as soon as you have it, then okay. How can you every single morning of your life wake up and look at it and say, oh my God, and be happy all day and then do it again for 50 years? Probably no. And we know this. So you will never accomplish results so big that you'll never want to accomplish them again, or you'll never want to grow again. So stop making that the God of that's everything. And just think, okay, I made 60,000. That means I have 10, 20 more people to help. And if I change my strategy, I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to start from zero. And it's going to take me longer to get to the same exact point, which is me making money again, but it just took longer. It was made more painful. And now I have another existential crisis of what I need to do next. So instead, note that it's not about the goal. It's about being in the game and playing, right? I love this quote from Alex Hormozy, who I learned so much from. And he said, it's not about winners or losers. The life is about players and quitters. And that resonated so much with me. There are no winners and there are no losers. Like, is Alexa a winner? Yes. But she's still struggling day to day with business challenges. So is it really that different from someone that is making half as much as she does, or is making double as much as she does, and they also have problems? I mean, probably their days are pretty similar, aren't they? Right? So the point is that you want to, like, yes, people, there are winners, but it's not about that. Like, even winners have problems, losers have problems. It's about, do you keep playing the game or do you quit? And quitting is never gonna fulfill you, right? It's never gonna playing the game is painful. You need to stick to it. You need to have discipline. You go through ups and downs. I do. Even me, I understand this. I'm talking here, blah, blah, blah. But I go through this. So no one is, we are all gonna struggle with this from time to time because life will happen. But what helped me is realizing that I want to achieve goals. I 100% have goals. I am selfish. Yes, but the more you make it about the process, the more you make it about helping others, the more you just enjoy playing the game itself. And if you enjoy playing the game, you already won. Because you are making YouTube videos and they are not getting as many views as you want, but you are seeing progress month to month and you are loving in the process. I promise you, once you make money, you're going to be in the same happiness state as you are now. So it's the same thing. So just keep going. Enjoy the journey. You are not going to, in 5 years, look back and say, I'm so happy I suffered the past 5 years. It's so good. You're going to say, oh, I wish I had some more fun in the process towards me making progress and achieving my goals. And in no way I'm saying that it's not going to be painful. In no way I'm saying it's not going to be, you don't need discipline. You need discipline. It's going to suck. It's not going to be easy to grow. But try to have as much fun as you can during the process. That's what it is about. Try to think about the impact you can have, the people that you can have. And if you think about that, then you will stop having the shiny object syndrome. You'll stop trying to change strategies. And you'll say, like, my strategy works already. Like, it already helps people. I just need to stick to it. I need to do it for another few years. And you just keep doing it. And if something changes, you are feel free to change it. Some, like, you don't want to work with people anymore. These kind of people, change that. But don't change everything at once. Don't make permanent decisions and permanent changes because of temporary emotions. You are going to change the strategy, get to the same mountain again, to the same peak, and do it again. And you'll be in the same loop of like thinking the problem is the strategy when the problem is you. The problem is you think you'll get here and you'll never want, the life will become heaven. You won't want to make money again. You will be perfectly happy. Your days will be structured perfectly. You'll have freedom. All of your clients will get results. You will have perfect health. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna have problems because life has problems. So us thinking that we shouldn't have problems is the problem. Again, last disclaimer I'll say, and I'll shut up, is I'm 23, so I'm not saying I have life figured out. I obviously don't. But the more I was focused on just sticking to things and growing and being okay with me accomplishing my goals, not making life perfect, the happier I got, ironically. And the more I achieved something and I freaked out and I thought that there's something wrong, that I'm not perfectly happy, and I changed it again and I changed directions and I blamed myself and I thought that I'm the problem, the worse it became. Because now I lost my momentum, I lost my results, I lost my impact, I lost my purpose, I lost my progress, I lost my direction, and I still felt unhappy, a distracted thing in this state. So if you are there, keep going. You are not seeing the results that you want, keep going. You are seeing the results that you want, keep going. And that's why I'm such a big believer in surrounding yourself with other people. It's so much easier for Alexa to keep going when she talks to me and says, yeah, Alexa, I'm going through the exact same thing. This client is going through the same experience. That's fine. Keep going. Or when someone isn't getting results and they're seeing other people not getting results, they stick to it. They think, oh, I just need to stick to it. And they get results. So surround yourself with other people. That's the big hack. Like, I think it is great to consume information, to watch podcasts like this, because your brain thinks that right now we're talking to you, which is not true. but we are just recording this in the past, and a lot of you are gonna see this recording in the future. But try to surround yourself with real people in real life, in communities, in coaching programs. You don't even have to pay for it if you don't want to, but like surround yourself with other people. If you're around that, that's gonna make it so much more fun, right? And that's why you want to keep playing. Think about football teams or basketball teams or volleyball teams, whatever. Like if they win, why they don't lose meaning? Because they win. What's next? Well, I guess the point is to win the next championship next year. I bet that one of the main things is because they have a team. So it's just about like the community, the family, right? And they just want to they share the journey with each other basically, and they want to see if they can win the next one, whatever. So just surround with yourself with other people that are where you want to be, that are trying to be where you want to be, peers, mentors, whatever, and you'll grow faster. And the reason that I'm so big on communities too is because I think with AI progressing, the only thing that will be left, if it will be left, if it is left, is going to be human connection. And I'm not even sure about that because I don't know if this is appropriate to talk about this or not, but nowadays there are like even AI like relationships. So like you can have AI wives and husbands, and like this sounds crazy now. Wait for 20 years and you'll see. But even that is in danger, to be honest. But if something has a chance to stand against AI, it's going to be human connection. So I think you should double down on that. You should surround yourself with other people. You should join communities. You should start communities. You should grow your own brand. You should focus on humans, serving others, making it about that. And if you do that and you focus on the journey, you will just understand that it's the whole game is about this. It's about playing the game, not trying to win it. You will never win in the game of business. You will never win at YouTube because it doesn't exist. Do you win at 10K subscribers, 100K subscribers, 1 million? Do you win at 10 million? Do you win at 100 million? Well, Mr. Beast has 450 million. His goal is 1 billion. So he didn't win in his perception yet. But the reason that he keeps going is because he loves it. He just loves the game. He loves growing his team. He loves making better videos and more fun. That's it. Like you can see how much I love this, that I can't stop talking. You can know that. That's it. That's it. Imagine me doing this and I think, oh my God, like Alexa, same questions. I'm gonna answer to the same people, which wasn't the same questions. But like if I thought that, 20 minutes and I'm gonna be gone and didn't, like, what's the point? So just fall in love for the game, surround yourself with good people, and then you will solve 90% of your problems that you have right now. Again, disclaimer, life will still have problems. So this is not a magic pill, okay? But this will help.
Yeah, and the one thing I want to pull out of that, I mean, there's so much in that, but the nice thing about like having a mentor is that they normalize those situations. Like you normalized, you're like, it's normal to feel that way after a big win. And then now the work sets in. Like now's that I think even Hormozy talks about this, like how the boring stuff, if you just keep consistently at the boring stuff, you will build a successful business, because that's most of the time when people quit, like because it was like now I had to show up and do the work. But yeah, so anyway, this was awesome. Thank you so much for being here. If anyone wants to get in contact with you or work with you, can you please speak to that so
Sure.
you make this worth your time for being here? I
Of
really
course,
appreciate
this was
it.
very worth my time,
Yeah.
because I love this. So a couple of thoughts. One, and this was not planned, so Alexa doesn't know about this, but
Uh-oh.
we were talking recently. And I was telling her that she's having more impact than she realizes, because it's always the case. Like every single person that wins isn't gonna come and tell you, I won, I did this. Like people that are winning usually are busy implementing, growing, they're overwhelmed with all the progress. So they are not the loudest. That's what I've experienced. There are exceptions, people that share wins all the time. Alexa is like this. So many of our clients are too, but usually people don't. So, and I know this again because we have had so many cases where after 2 years, someone messaged me and said, like, I'm making now additional 50K a month with my business because I started consuming your content. So I just wanted to say thank you. And I'm saying, why you are reaching out now? And like, to be honest, because they needed something. So like, and I'm not blaming them. Like I also learned from so many people online that they don't know who I am even. So like, because I can't just all the time reach out to people, say, thank you 50 times. We are all busy. Why am I saying this? I'm sure there are people that are watching this that Alexa has helped you a lot with her coaching programs, with her community, with her videos. So if anything she has ever done was helpful to you, please comment below. And if you have watched till this point, if you are crazy enough and serious enough to watch it till this end, just comment something. Comment about how much she's helped you and what she helped you. Don't make it long. You can make it like literally 1 sentence, 10 seconds. While you are still watching this, while I'm gonna pitch you something, go to the comments and just write appreciation words to Alexa and tell her the one thing that she has helped her, because she loves this thing, and your positive energy feedback, her seeing how much impact she's having on you, is gonna help her and motivate her to do even more good for you guys. So it's a win-win. You'll get more cool stuff from her, and she'll feel more inspired too, and she fully deserves it. Because I see the behind the scenes, right? You guys see her on camera. I see her on calls like this. I see when we are talking one-on-one in messages and voice notes. So that's when you see the most authentic version of the person. And she's always authentic, and she always cares about you guys, even in the moments where it's hard for her. So I think she deserves some genuine words towards her on how she was able to positively influence you. So put that in the comments. So that's number one. Number two, about how to work with us, etc. So we talked. Alexa also didn't know about this, but I touched on this on the beginning before we started to make sure that this is okay with her, and she said yes, that would be awesome. So what I'm thinking is this: we will have a video that we will leave down below, and a huge disclaimer: this is only relevant for people that are already making more than at least 5K a month. The more the better. 10, 20, 30, 50K a month or more, great, but at least 5K a month. And want to scale to $1 million a year like Alexa. We are working on that. We have clients we have already helped with this. We have case studies on our channel. And you need to have at least 5,000 followers. Why? Because our programs are pretty expensive. So for us to help you to get your return on your investment, you need to have some momentum for us to help you quickly. So that's why you need to be already have some growth. So if you are that person, there will be a link down below. Watch a video. It's absolutely free. I literally describe how you can work with us one-on-one. And we also have cohorts, November cohort, December cohort, January cohort. So whenever you're watching this, the sooner you do it, you can get into that cohort. You'll watch a video, it's free. We'll tell you who it is for, who it's not for, how we grew to $1 million a year with our business, and how you can too. And then if it resonates, there will be an application down below. It's very short, you'll apply, and you'll tell us about your business, your niche, your struggles, your constraints, and how we can help you. And if we can help, no call, no sales calls required. We'll reach out to you and we'll send you the offer, and we'll see if it's a fit for you. And if it sounds great, you'll start. And if not, you won't. Now, in that application, if you watch the video down below, and in that video, I tell you how you can apply. If you apply in that application, if you say that you are from Alexa, we'll ask, where are you from? Where did you learn about us? If you say, I'm from Alexa, I learned about you from the interview that you did, Harold. We'll also give you a bonus call with me, which we usually don't. So that's only for even more expensive programs. So one-on-one with me, where we will sit down and I'll give you a custom roadmap based on your situation and on your constraints. So yeah, that will be a bonus for you guys that come from Alexa. So I think that would be cool. So that's all. So there's a video. Alexa will leave. If you're not interested, ignore it. Hope this is helpful. If it was interested, if it was interesting and you're interested, check it out, learn more, apply, say you're from Alexa. We'll reach out, send you the offer, give you a bonus, and hopefully start working together and crush it. If we have capacity at that time, if we don't, then whenever we will have. But yeah, that's that. And again, most important, please leave something positive for Alexa down below. She's awesome, and she deserves more credit that she's getting. She's getting a lot of support all the time, but more support will be one-third. Okay, so tell her how amazing she is, guys. Like, she's putting so much energy into this to help you and to make the best videos possible. So let's leave her some feedback on what she helped you with and what impact she had on your life, on your business so far. I think that would be cool. So yeah, anything else, Alexa?
Yeah, thank you for the kind words. I just want to say that one call with you took my income from 1,000 to over 8,000 in 30 days. So one call with Harut can change your life if you take action on what he tells you to do. So if you get a bonus call with him that's not usually included, it's priceless. So
and
that's
by
really
the way,
awesome
we haven't planned this.
offering.
We haven't planned this. Just want to make it clear. I came to this call with Alexa and said, Alexa said, by the way, at the end, how people should learn how to work with you. I said, good question. I don't know, but let's think about it. And then I said, yeah, let's give them a bonus too. So this was very, yeah, this was like last moment. So yeah, we'll be happy to do that. And on that note, not to brag, but this is the truth. We have had cases where someone made extra $100,000 from one call with me. So it all depends on, and not one time, by the way. Like this is November. So November, the beginning of November now, we are recording this. So a week ago, end of October, someone made additional $40,000 from one call. Like literally, they said, "Oh, you did this call? We did this." Now, why am I saying this? They do have some momentum. So like they hit a little bit audience. They have, and the more the better, obviously. Then we can help you more. But yeah, if you're that person, definitely apply, and we'll do what we can do. And if you're not, again, well, keep watching content, take action. If you follow what we already discussed today, you'll get there, and then from there we can keep helping you. And yeah, so that's what I would recommend. So yeah, again, appreciate you, Lexa. It was a great interview, and I hope my wrong ramblings were valuable for anyone.
Yes,
So
I think they're always
all right.
valuable. So thank you.
All right. Let me know, guys. Let me know below. Did you like this? Do you want Lexa to do more of this? Invite more people, maybe? Do you find these like long videos, in-depth videos valuable, or do you think we can make something even better? Let us know. Feedback would be awesome.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you so
All right.
much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for everyone watching. Go work on your channels, offers, businesses. Keep going. And if you don't stop, you'll win. It's as simple as that.
Exactly.
All right.
Thanks so much.
See you soon. You too.
Bye.
You too. Subscribe to Alexa's channel.
Thanks. That's something I never say, so thank you.
Subscribe right now. Put the notification bell and like the video. Share this with your friend, okay? All right.
Thanks so much. Okay,
Thank you too.
bye.
Bye. See you.